Alright folks, welcome to Sizzle and Smoke. It's springtime in Canada. It's barbecue season everywhere. It's always barbecue season. Maybe your barbecue looks like mine does, and you need to get yourself some new cooking equipment. Well, let's examine why I think you should consider a griddle. If you can afford it, add a griddle to your repertoire. If you have to go between barbecue and griddle, that's what I did. I went with the griddle, never regretted it for a second. People watch the videos, but they don't really understand what I'm cooking on. So let's take a closer look at the griddle. Pros and cons. Love the cover. Blue Rhino. This is a propane company out of the States. It's not a popular brand. I found it at Lowe's, but pretty much all these griddles work the same, except the Blue Rhino has a couple features that I really like. But a nice cooktop. Make sure you get a lid. You don't want to have to buy these extra. On some of the Blackstones you do, but make sure you buy it if you have to pay extra for it. Easy open. You can see this is like a full wingspan. This is a 4-burner grill. They go by burner size. You can buy a little 2-burner one. That's good for 1 or 2 people. I'm going to go in the close-up cam now and show you some of the features. Oh, the birds are excited. All right, close-up cam. So, we're working on, this is behind the scenes. This beautiful Blue Rhino razor. This is a 4-burner unit. Okay? Now, the size is substantial. You're looking at cooking breakfast for 20 on here, no problem. You've seen me probably fill this up. You could do 12 smash burgers over here. You can do your onions and you can do your buns there all at one time. Breakfast's amazing. And actually, I find that you can cook anything on these griddles. Chicken wings, things that you might think you need the barbecue for, you really don't. But that's how simple of a unit it is. It just hooks up on a tank of propane. I don't find it uses it any quicker than the barbecue did. Now, what people are scared of. Well, what do I do with this grill? Like when you start researching them or watching YouTube videos, they make it seem so complicated. It is so easy. You take a rag, you wipe down your fresh steel with some oil. Some canola oil, preferably. That's it. You just keep it not moisturized, but keep it well greased. Every time you use it, take your scraper, pull all your stuff down, scrape it in. This, what I like about the Blue Rhino, the grease trap is in the front. So what I find, instead of everything falling through the grills, and you know how that happens on your barbecue, everything falls to the bottom, there is literally no mess on these, because you're just pulling it back, swiping it over, like you're a big-time cook at a Smitty's or some breakfast place. This black color, that's what you want. This is a well-seasoned grill. This is 1 year of use, but mine probably looked like this after a week. You don't want to be seeing the stainless steel. You have these scrapers. You only use this for surface items, right? And it's stainless steel. You can use your knife on there. I try not to, but you can put anything you want on there, cut it up, scrape it. It's extremely durable. It's a big, thick piece of steel. And this is how most fancy restaurants or burger places in the United States cook with, is just a slightly bigger version of this. Bacon. I mean, literally, I haven't found anything I can't cook on here. Stir fries and vegetables, nothing falling through the grates. So you can do a giant area of grilled vegetables, broccoli, and it just comes out better than anything else you've had. So I couldn't be a bigger fan of these griddles. Let's go back to the big cam. Okay, so there's a little close-up of the griddle. I bought this. When you work at restaurants, you go through these grill bricks like crazy. You just put some oil down on the hot griddle, and you scrape. I haven't even used mine. Like, this is your main tool you need to run a griddle, and a squeeze bottle of oil. So a squeeze bottle of canola oil, one of these, and a little mini stone, like a mini brick. If something gets burned on there or you forget to clean it off, but you know, there's no excuse for forgetting to clean it off when you're just pulling it down and scooping it in the hole. Like, it's so easy. So let's do some pros and cons. Barbecue versus griddle. Barbecue, things fall through the grates. The grates decay. The flavor that you get from a barbecue, is it different than the griddle? Sure. Like, the only thing I can think of that you'd want to keep your grill for would be steaks, to get that char on the steak. Very nice. Let's flip this around. Say it's not either or. If I'm going to be cooking, I would find that 90% of the things I'm going to be cooking, I can do on here. Probably 50% of the things I'm doing on here, I could never do on a barbecue. You can't finely chop onions or hash browns and throw them on your barbecue. So these open up a world of cooking for you that you might have never even thought about. Fish. Don't have to keep putting tin foil down, wrapping them in tin foil, do all that stuff. You can put a big salmon on here, right? You don't cook fish with direct heat. The barbecue is only direct heat. That's your only advantage to it, would be flaming your steaks. But if you put a steak on here and get that sear on it, or you slice it up into a stir fry, amazing. So I think chicken, the ways you can do it on here far surpass how you can do it on a barbecue. I mean, I just can't I can't think of an item besides ribs. Maybe you're the rib guy of the world. Well, keep your barbecue. But if you're thinking about going to buy a new unit, you can do so much more on these griddles. I think in 10 years, more people will be cooking on these griddles than you've ever imagined, because they're just so new up, especially in Canada. If you have the means to have a griddle like this, and have your barbecue, and have a smoker, the trifecta, you're in heaven. Because you can do all your sides to your ribs on here. Have everything cooked together at once. I mean, watch our Sizzle and Smoke videos, and you'll just see how many different things we can do on here. Now, it's been winter, so basically I only cooked on this for a couple months last year through the winter. And if you do live in -30, okay, here's the con. If you live in -30, the heat, to get things hot enough on here is a bit of a struggle. You didn't see me out here too many times in -30, but would I be on my barbecue either in -30? Not very likely. And I did use this all winter. But not having the a lid to pull down on it, heat does escape the griddles. But you bring out a stainless steel pot, you cover up your food. You want to melt the cheese, you cover up your food. That's about all I can think of for the cons of this. The pluses are endless, and the price tag, these are about $400 or $500. Some of those, we call them in Canada, if you're saying that's not a barbecue, that's a grill over that I'm going to show you, well, we call those barbecues. But if you want to look at that, see, we call these, no one calls them griddles in Canada, we call them grills. So this is a griddle, that's a barbecue. In the States, did I say griddle? Yeah, this is a grill, that's a barbecue. In the States, this is a griddle, and that's a grill. Are we confused? You know what I'm talking about. Call it what you want. Barbecue, anything. Got myself all fucking jumbled. Cut. So let's do a quick review. Pluses. Cooking area. Variety of meals you can cook. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, vegetables, fish, chicken. Anything that you want to cook on here will not fall through the grates like on a traditional barbecue. Huge plus. Only negative? not surrounded by heat by pulling down the lid of a barbecue. So you have to use something else on top. Burgers, I think the reason these were made and really achieved popularity is almost every good burger in the United States is cooked on a griddle, because you get that sear on it, and you can do a medium rare juicy burger. I still cook mine well done. That's why I like the smash burgers, the thin burgers. But if Five Guys and In-N-Out, all those places where people rave about their burgers, they're cooked on units like this. They're not flame broiled. And really, flame broiled just leads to a bunch of fat flare-ups. Like, how many times have you had to run outside because your barbecue about to light on fire because the fat from something's dripping down? That doesn't happen on here. Really multi-purpose assembly. There's almost nothing to put together. This one came like this. All I had to do was put on the legs. Didn't have to assemble the grill, the tubes, none of that stuff. They came as one solid unit. That's beautiful. Anyone who's put together barbecues before knows that's not fun. What else do you need? Squeeze bottle, some canola oil. And this is for your first time because you need to season the grill. Go to Cabela's, or if they have one at where you're shopping, get one of these grill scrapers. This is your main tool. Buy a small grill stone. These are cheap. Buy a grill brick. I haven't even cracked mine open. I've barely made it through anything on the stone. That's all you need, and you are cooking. Because the first time you get this, you will heat it up, put some oil on it, rub the oil all around with a nice rag, let it burn off. It's called seasoning your grill, and it's ready to go. So a griddle can, if you buy it in the morning, you're cooking at night. The Bobbert barbecues, Baran, they usually require a couple hours of assembly. So I really was impressed the first time I unboxed this. Brand, like I said, this is a blue Rhino razor, and it's not a very common brand, but they do have it at Lowe's. I highly recommend it for the front drippings area where you scrape everything in. A lot of the other products, the Blackstone stuff, it's in the back. If you're putting it up against the wall, if you're not doing a cooking show and facing the camera, if you're putting it against the wall, it's a bit of a hassle to get back there. But let's get cooking. Let's get this griddle popping. It's springtime. Tons of amazing videos coming out. Go buy yourself one of these. Even get a mini one. Get like a little 2-footer. That's what my dad bought. He says it's great for 2 people. If you got the barbecue, no problem. You can still adjust to these grills. You can do the same recipe, just put tin foil down. But trust me, griddle, great option. I know anybody who sees this show wants to buy one, go do it. It's going to last you 5 times longer than your barbecue, maybe 10 times. It's a good value. And proud of Saskatchewan, Sizzle and Smoke. Big shows coming up. Can't wait. Saskatchewan adventure shows, cooking shows. I can't even tell you everything that's coming up. You don't want to miss it. Thanks for supporting. Subscribe, like, leave me the comments, and we'll catch you on Wednesday.